Well, there's been calls world over for a new paradigm when it comes to female participation in the sectors of science and technology. We've seen the International Day of Women and Girls and Science start a new conversation on the impact that women and girls play in Ghana's economic development and the need for deepened collaboration between private and public sectors. But how can this be achieved? Joining me to discuss are Dr. Enyonan Pekpena. She's president of the Women in Engineering Ghana. She also doubles as the Program Management Office lead of ECG. Also joining us is Louise Damte, a final year PhD researcher at the Department of Engineering and Innovation at the Open University UK. Ladies, welcome to the program. I want to start off with you, Louise. You are aiming to actualize as an engineer. As a woman in STEM, tell us your journey. How has it been so far?
Well, it's been a learning journey. It's been a learning curve. One of the things I always said was that there was no conscientization of these things when we were growing up. We were just trying to be better at what we do, also learn as much as we could on this journey. But we realized that going up the ladder, there's been a lot of these experiences that we've had and challenges that we've had as women in engineering. So I think it's been a learning journey, learning and unlearning things, and also adapting to new methodologies that are popping up in the terms of engineering. And as a woman in engineering, little things we didn't realize were going like against us. Typical example is going for a research fund. Now, women form about just 20% of researchers. And if you're talking about women in the engineering field, they form about just 12% are women in engineers. So when we come to going for research grants whatsoever, definitely the total population doesn't tally. So we realized that all these things were little factors that were affecting us along the way, but we didn't really, we're not conscious of it. I'll say that. So yeah, it's been a journey. Having my schooling in Ghana, I attended University of Ghana Engineering School, where I was one out of two girls in a class of 47. I mean, you don't realize the support that you need up the ladder. You realize that we just needed to survive and we just needed to make the best grades.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Dr. Enyonan, how can we deepen women participation in STEM? You've heard from Louise the way she started having to be in a male-dominated class, just being one of the, the other female, just two of them in a male-dominated class. How can we deepen women participation in this field where you operate?
Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to the listeners. It's a great privilege to discuss how we can improve STEM education for females in the country. I will say that at the women in engineering level, we've been having a few interventions here and there. We do a lot of career guidance and counseling sessions for students who are in the basic schools and also in the secondary schools as well. Last month, we had a partnership with UNESCO where we had a career development program for university students studying engineering. And we also have actually adopted a number of schools, 2 schools right now. We are working with basic schools, Oyster Academy in Accra and Kumasi. We are actually working with them to we've realized that at the basic level, that is when we can get them to develop that interest. At the secondary level, most of them have chosen their courses, and it's very difficult to get them to change their courses. So our target has been the primary schools. And for the secondary schools and the universities, we want to make sure that we retain them in the engineering field. We've had a number of interventions at our level. We have had career guidance and counseling sessions with the basic students, basic school students. We also have these science sets that we actually teach them how to use to be able to develop circuits so that whatever engineering, whatever science related courses they are studying, they'll understand and appreciate it. Normally, when they are studying science, most of the information is theoretical, but with the practical sets, we give it out to them, we teach them how to use it, and it generates their interest in science. When you talk about some of the interventions that can be done at the national level, I will say that at the basic school, girls should be given access to the science tools like the science kits that we talked about. And also for the girls in STEM in the secondary schools, I think we need to give them some quotas so that for admission, so that they'll be encouraged to do that. At the tertiary levels as well, the fees could be reduced to encourage females to study engineering. We need to ensure that girls are given the opportunity to visit engineering institutions, to be able to do internships and also gain practical knowledge in the courses that they are doing. We also have worked basically in mentoring most of these students. So at ECG, for instance, we have a branch of women in engineering there, and we have been working with Millennium Development Authority to do a mentoring program over the past 3 or 4 years with the students. And with that, we have a database of those we have mentored, those we have trained. And when there are vacancies in the organizations, in engineering organizations, we put their names forward so that they can be considered for interviews. And some of them have been employed through this process as well. So those are some of the interventions that at the women in engineering level we are trying to do, or we've been doing so far.
That's great. But even as the world, celebrated women in engineering, what kind of message do you have there for young girls in this particular field, especially when you have actualized basically in STEM?
Okay, so
okay. So Lois wants to talk.
Yeah, Lois, you could comment.
Yeah, I want to use myself as a role model. I always say that representation matters, like Dr. Engineer said. You can't be what you cannot see. So basically, I'm a representation of what an engineer is. So if I've been able to climb up to this point where I'm still learning, it's still a learning journey for you that you can take on and be ready to go for it. And I mean, forget all the obstacles that come your way. Make sure you maximize all the opportunities and efforts that you get as a woman doing science. And yeah, you'll be great at it. Yeah.
Lois, we're grateful that you could join us. Doctor, please end for us your message to women and girls out there aiming to venture into STEM.
I'd like to encourage them. I'd like to say that science is not what they are normally used to hearing, that it's a difficult subject. They should have this attitude, this positive attitude, this mindset that science is doable, and they should take a look at most of the females in STEM right now. We are available as role models to them, and they should be passionate about what they are doing. They should be determined. They should ask all the questions they need to ask. They should seek support. There are opportunities available for females in STEM right now all over the world, and the sky is their limit. They should work hard and study hard, and they will be able to make a great impact in society. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Enyonang Pepana, the President of the Women in Engineering Ghana, as also to Louise Damptey, a PhD researcher engineering department at Open University, UK. Well, just many thanks once again, ladies, for being on the program.
Thank you.
Great.